The Lover Who Dreamed of the Altar. Chapter 1. A Life in Bloom. The scent of lilies and roses hung heavy in the air, a familiar comfort to Isabelle. Sunlight streamed through the large windows of Blooms and Bliss, illuminating the vibrant colors of the countless flowers surrounding her. She hummed softly as she arranged a bouquet of sunflowers, their bright faces mirroring her own cheerful disposition. Isabelle loved her job. More than just a florist, she was a floral artist, each arrangement a testament to her creativity and passion. The delicate dance of colors, the subtle interplay of textures, it was a language she understood perfectly. Her days were filled with the gentle rustle of silk ribbons, the satisfying snip of shears, and the appreciative smiles of her customers. Life at Blooms and Bliss was simple, predictable, and utterly satisfying. She knew the names of every bloom, from the velvety petals of a deep red rose to the fragile elegance of a white calla lily. Each flower held a story, a silent narrative woven into its petals and leaves. Isabelle, with her gentle hands and keen eye, helped those stories unfold, transforming simple blooms into breathtaking expressions of love, joy, and remembrance. Evenings were spent tending her own small balcony garden, a miniature paradise filled with herbs and climbing vines. The city sounds faded into a gentle hum as she watered her plants, the quiet solitude a balm to her soul. Isabelle's life wasn't extravagant. It lacked the thrill of grand adventures and dramatic upheavals. But it was a life rich in simple pleasures, a life she cherished. It was a life perfectly in bloom until... Chapter 2. Daniel enters the scene. It was a Tuesday afternoon, a particularly busy one at Blooms and Bliss when he walked in. Daniel. He wasn't a regular customer, but his presence immediately commanded attention. Tall, with a warm smile, and eyes that crinkled at the corners when he laughed, he possessed a captivating charm that effortlessly drew people in. He ordered a bouquet of lilies. The purest white, he specified, his voice a low, melodious rumble. For his mother's birthday, Isabelle, usually reserved, found herself drawn to his easy confidence. There was a playful sparkle in his eyes, a hint of mischief that contrasted with his gentle demeanor. As she carefully arranged the lilies, their delicate fragrance filling the air, they fell into conversation. He spoke of his work as an architect, his passion for design, and his love for classic literature. He complimented her arrangements, using words like exquisite, stunning, and breathtaking, each compliment a small, carefully placed bloom in the garden of her heart. Their conversations continued over the following weeks. He became a regular customer, always requesting Isabelle's expertise. He'd linger after his purchases, sharing stories about his life, his family, his dreams. He spoke of a future filled with laughter, travel, and a love that felt as boundless as the sky. He used words like amazing, wonderful, and unforgettable to describe the simple moments they shared. He brought her coffee, small gifts, a book of poetry, a single, perfect red rose, small gestures that spoke volumes. He was attentive, thoughtful, and undeniably charming. He swept her off her feet, his words painting vivid pictures of a future together. He spoke of a wedding, a beautiful ceremony filled with lilies and roses, a promise of forever whispered under a canopy of stars. He painted a picture so perfect, so idyllic, it was hard to imagine anything could ever mar its beauty. He proposed under a sky ablaze with stars, the words "I love you" shimmering like distant galaxies. And Isabelle, completely captivated, said, "Yes." Their wedding plans began, a whirlwind of excitement and anticipation, a joyous symphony orchestrated by a love that seemed destined for a happy ending. Or so she thought. Chapter 3. Chloe, the best friend. Chloe was everything Isabelle wasn't. Outgoing, confident, and effortlessly stylish. She was also Isabelle's best friend, a constant presence in her life since college. Chloe, with her vibrant energy and quick wit, had a knack for brightening even the dreariest of days. She was the life of the party, the one who always knew how to make people laugh, the one who could charm the birds from the trees. Isabelle, in contrast, was quieter, more reserved, content in the quiet company of her flowers. She admired Chloe's confidence, sometimes envying her ability to navigate social situations with such ease. Yet their differences never overshadowed their deep bond. They shared secrets, dreams, and anxieties, their friendship a comforting haven in the sometimes turbulent waters of life. Chloe was thrilled about Isabelle's engagement, showering her with excitement and offering her unwavering support in the wedding planning process. She eagerly accepted the role of bridesmaid, promising to help with everything from choosing the flowers — naturally, Isabelle had already planned that — to finding the perfect dress. They spent hours browsing bridal magazines, discussing table, settings, and debating the merits of different wedding cakes. Chloe's enthusiasm was infectious, her positive energy bolstering Isabelle's sometimes wavering confidence. Their conversations were a mix of wedding details and personal updates, a comfortable blend of practicality and shared dreams. Isabelle confided in Chloe about her anxieties, the pressure of planning a perfect wedding, the fear of not being good enough for Daniel. Chloe, ever the reassuring presence, offered words of comfort and encouragement, her unwavering support, a constant source of strength. Isabelle felt utterly secure in their friendship, a comforting certainty in the whirlwind of wedding preparations. Little did she know that certainty would soon shatter. Chapter 4. The Discovery. It was a quiet evening. Isabelle, exhausted from a long day at the shop and a particularly intense wedding planning session with Chloe, was scrolling through her phone, catching up on social media. Daniel's phone lay on the nightstand, its screen faintly illuminated. A notification blinked. A new text message. Normally, Isabelle wouldn't have looked, but a strange curiosity, a nagging feeling she couldn't quite place, prompted her to reach for the phone. Her heart skipped a beat as she saw the sender's name. Chloe. The message was short, innocuous at first glance. "I miss you so much. See you tonight?" Isabelle's breath hitched. A wave of unease washed over her, a chilling premonition that something was terribly wrong. She hesitantly opened the messaging app, her fingers trembling as she scrolled through the conversation. The messages, initially seemingly innocent, quickly took on a darker, more intimate tone. Words like "darling," "sweetheart," and "my love" peppered the exchanges, each one a tiny dagger piercing Isabelle's heart. The casual banter gave way to whispered secrets, shared jokes laced with a palpable undercurrent of desire. The messages painted a vivid picture, a clandestine affair unfolding right under her nose. They planned secret meetings, exchanged intimate details their words a betrayal that cut deeper than any physical wound. Isabelle felt a cold dread creep into her bones. The vibrant colors of her world seemed to drain away, replaced by a stark, chilling gray. The carefully constructed image of her perfect future crumbled before her eyes, replaced by a horrifying reality. Her carefully planned wedding, the culmination of her dreams, now felt like a cruel joke, a mockery of her naive trust. The world spun, the room tilting precariously as the weight of the betrayal crashed down upon her. She felt a surge of anger, a burning resentment that threatened to consume her. But beneath the rage, a deeper, more profound pain festered. The pain of betrayal, the shattering of trust, the agonizing realization that her perfect world was a carefully constructed lie. The lilies and roses, once symbols of love and beauty, now seemed tainted, their sweet fragrance replaced by the bitter stench of deceit. Chapter 5. Confrontation and Heartbreak. The confrontation wasn't a dramatic showdown, but a quiet, agonizing unraveling. Isabelle found Daniel in their small apartment, surrounded by blueprints and architectural sketches. He looked up, his smile faltering as he saw the tears streaming down her face. The pain etched deep in her eyes. He tried to speak, to offer an explanation, but the words caught in his throat. Isabelle didn't need words. The messages spoke volumes. She showed him the phone, her trembling fingers pointing to the damning evidence. The silence that followed was deafening, broken only by her quiet sobs. He didn't deny it. He stammered apologies, mumbled excuses, spoke of a momentary lapse in judgment, a fleeting weakness. But his words felt hollow, devoid of genuine remorse. His explanations, once charming and captivating, now sounded pathetic, weak, and utterly unconvincing. Isabelle listened, her heart breaking piece by piece. The anger she had felt earlier was now replaced by a profound sadness, a crushing weight of disappointment. The dreams they had shared, the future they had painted together, now lay in ruins, shattered beyond repair. She saw the flicker of guilt in his eyes, but it was overshadowed by a selfish regret, a sorrow focused not on the hurt he had caused, but on the loss of his own carefully constructed facade. The conversation, or rather, the series of fragmented statements and broken apologies, ended as abruptly as it began. There were no grand pronouncements, no dramatic accusations, just a silent acknowledgement of the irreparable damage, the devastating truth hanging heavy in the air. Isabelle gathered her things, her movements slow and deliberate, each step a painful reminder of the shattered trust, the broken promises, the devastating end of a dream. The lilies and roses, symbols of a love that was never truly real, seemed to mock her from the vase on the table, their beauty a cruel reminder of the ugliness that lay beneath the surface. She left, the silence of the empty apartment a stark contrast to the storm raging within her heart. The scent of lilies and roses, once a source of comfort, now carried the bitter sting of betrayal. Chapter 6. Healing and New Beginnings. The days that followed were a blur of numb acceptance and quiet grief. Isabelle retreated into herself, finding solace in the familiar routine of her work at Blooms and Bliss. The vibrant colors of the flowers, once a source of joy, now felt strangely muted, reflecting the grayness of her emotional landscape. She found comfort in the repetitive tasks, the meticulous arrangements a form of quiet meditation, a way to escape the turmoil within. Chloe's betrayal cut deep, a wound that went beyond the romantic heartbreak. The loss of trust, the shattering of a cherished friendship, left a gaping hole in Isabelle's life. She avoided Chloe, unable to face the person who had betrayed her in such a profound way. The thought of their shared memories, once cherished, now felt tainted, poisoned by the knowledge of Chloe's deceit. Slowly, painstakingly, Isabelle began to rebuild her life. She focused on her work, pouring her energy into creating stunning floral arrangements, each one a testament to her resilience and her growing strength. She started attending English classes, using the language as a tool to reclaim her sense of self, to build a new foundation for her future. The classes provided a welcome distraction, a chance to connect with others, and to rediscover her passion for learning. She found comfort in the small things, the warmth of the sun on her skin, the scent of freshly brewed coffee, the quiet satisfaction of a job well done. She started taking long walks in the park, noticing the beauty of the world around her, appreciating the simple pleasures she had almost forgotten. She reconnected with old friends, finding support and understanding in their unwavering friendship. Treti, pain of betrayal, lingered, a constant reminder of the heartbreak she had endured, but with each passing day, the sharpness of the pain began to dull, replaced by a quiet determination to move forward, to build a life that was stronger, more resilient, and more authentically hers. Her journey was far from over, but Isabelle knew deep down that she would heal. She would learn, and she would grow. She would bloom again. Chapter 7. A New Language. A New Life. Isabelle's English classes weren't just about grammar and vocabulary. They were a journey of self-discovery. Each new word learned, each correctly constructed sentence, felt like a small victory, a step forward on her path to healing. The classroom, initially a place of apprehension, became a refuge, a space where she could connect with others, share her experiences, and find strength in shared vulnerability. Her classmates, a diverse group of individuals from different backgrounds, and with varied reasons for learning English, became a source of unexpected support. They shared stories of their own struggles, their triumphs, and their dreams. Isabelle found herself opening up, sharing snippets of her experience with Daniel and Chloe, finding unexpected comfort in the understanding and empathy of her peers. The shared vulnerability fostered a sense of camaraderie, a bond built on mutual respect and shared experiences. The language itself became a tool for empowerment. As her fluency improved, she felt a growing sense of confidence, a renewed sense of self. The ability to express herself clearly and confidently in English, to navigate conversations with ease, felt like reclaiming a part of herself that had been lost in the aftermath of the betrayal. It was a way to rebuild her shattered sense of self, to create a new narrative, a new story for herself. The classes also opened up new opportunities. Isabelle started volunteering at a local community center, using her newfound English skills to help others. She connected with people from all walks of life, sharing her passion for flowers and her love for language. The experience was rewarding, fulfilling, and a testament to her resilience. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always light, always hope, always the possibility of a new beginning. The flowers, once symbols of a lost love, now represented a renewed sense of purpose, a blossoming of strength and self-discovery. Isabelle's life, once defined by heartbreak, was now blooming anew, more vibrant and more beautiful than ever before. She had learned a new language, and in doing so, she had learned to love herself again. End of story.